It's not the same for the other child. And how many times it's not the same for the other child? And how many times do we really think of it and we make our lesson designs accordingly? So, what is pedagogy for teaching? It is like shaped by the teaching beliefs of teacher and relates the interplay between culture and variety of methods of teaching. I'll just give you an example of my classroom. I was teaching my kids um, body parts, how my body helps us, what are the body parts. I'm talking about class 1 child, where simply what we do is there is a chapter, different body parts is given, and we teach them, and slowly we move on to the exercises. What I did was I asked them, okay, like my chapter is my body helps me. I have written on the board, my body helps me. I asked them, do you really think that your body helps you? So this was a thought-provoking question, that does our body parts helps us? And there were few students who were not aware of it, that yes, our body parts help us. I asked them, they said, no, ma'am, our body does not help us. We generally, what we do is that we help others. We don't help ourselves. Then I said, okay, wonderful. I asked them to walk on one leg. So they lifted up their one leg and they started walking. I said, okay, you all enjoyed? They said, yes, ma'am. I said, okay, now you all have to close your eyes. Do not cheat, and now take out your maths notebook from your bag. And then said, how, ma'am, is it possible if we will close our eyes? It's not possible to take out our maths notebook from our bag. How will we come to know which is our maths notebook? So then, similarly, I asked them, okay, now tell me, do you think that your body helps you? Yes, ma'am, our body helps us. If our eyes are closed or if we are not able to see, then we will not be able to do our work. So this is how with the experiential learning, they got to know that yes, our body helps us. Each and every part of our body helps us. So we should be thankful to God. So same time, I have taught them the values also, that God has given you these body parts and all are in working conditions. You should be thankful to God. So these kind of pedagogies should be brought into the classrooms. There will be no monotonous. Children are doing their experiential learning and they are learning more and more. And then there is collaboration also between them. They are talking amongst each other. They are having conversation. One more example I would like to give you. When I had to teach them body parts, I asked them, okay, I played a song and I asked all of them to dance. They all danced a lot. I asked them, okay, now tell me which body part of yours is being used. They said, ma'am, leg. I said, okay, wonderful. Leg is being used. So do you think no other body part is being used for it? They said, no, ma'am. My hands were also moving. So generally when they jump, we said, which body part is used? They said, legs. When you were dancing, which body part was used? They says, legs. But their whole body was moving. When I asked them, when I start putting them questions one after the other, they got the idea that it's not only our legs, it's the whole body who moves when we dance. Yes, a major role has of legs, but still every body part moves. Similarly, we talk about legs, hands, and their writing. And this is how the classroom pedagogy should brought in, different strategies should brought into the classroom so that they get the idea, the interest will build up, they will have their experiences, and this is how they will move on to the burden. Now, how will you plan it? These are the strategies. How will you plan it? Most of us, I don't know I'm very much sure that every school must be school and the teachers must be making their lesson design, because without making lesson designs, we cannot teach our class students. Unless and until we are prepared, how can we step into the class? So it should be our homework. That how should we plan? How should we think of the activities so that the child whose linguistic, whose visual, or you may say kinesthetic skills are dominant, whose musical skills are dominant, should be catered. It is very important that when we are designing our lesson plans, we should think about all our students, and because we are the mother of them, each child has come with a trust and a faith to you. And if we will not cater each and every child's issue, then we are not doing justice with our job. It's very, very important that we should be, um, while designing our lesson plan, each and every child should be there in my mind. So once we plan our activities in such a way, for example, if you have taken how my body helps, and you think that this chapter will be completed in 5 periods, right? So every period will have a different objective. So first we have to plan on our objectives, that what are our objectives. After we plan about our objectives, we will move on to the activities. What activities we should think about. And now, out of 5 classes, you cannot keep all the classes into activities, because then where are you giving them the scope of doing their exercises? Where are you giving them the scope of completing their work? I understand there is a lot much of pressure in all the classes to complete the course. Then there are tests and everything which has to be taken care of. It's very important that we plan accordingly, that everything is taken into consideration. And it's not that if you have planned some certain thing, then if you visual, if suppose you have to do something on visual observations, you can ask your parallel teacher, the other subject teacher, for example a drawing teacher or a maths teacher or a science English teacher, to do all those stuff in their classrooms. If you are teaching how my body helps me, you can ask your drawing teacher to help you out for this visual thing, for their imaginations. If you have a body, you have to locate the internal organs. You can ask your drawing teacher to draw a picture where children will fit the lungs, the heart, the kidney, and the intestine. All these can be done with the help of drawing teachers. So this has what how you can plan. Only one single subject teacher cannot plan. English, Hindi, maths, EVS, drawing teachers should sit together. For that matter, music teachers should also be there, because there must be something like this which activity which I did, that they have to do dancing. When they were dancing, whole period they don't dance. There is some conversation also which happens back in the classroom. So we can ask the dance teacher that while they dance, after that or before that, you can ask these questions to them and see what kind of answers they are giving. So with this integration, and which is very important, and NEP also says that now the new education policy has also this term that we should integrate each subject, and this will help you out. Make the activities. Then there are certain things which can be planned as a homework. When you are designing your lesson plan, you can give few things for the homework. Few things can be done in the classroom. Few your other subject teachers can help you out. so that all your students are being catering to it. You are catering each and every child's need, and which is very, very, very important. 40 children out of 40 children, hardly to 10 students or to 15 students we give the importance. We just teach linguistics in the class. This is what the paperwork which we do. We read out ask the children to read out the chapter, explain it, and ask them to do exercises. No experiential learning happens there, which is important, and we should be doing it. So this is how we can move forward with our uh, planning. And then after that, you should ask them what have they learned. So you have an objective, and whether the child has met your objective or not, you have been successful towards that objective or not. So what you will do is you have completed your first class, children have done the classwork, the homework you have given them, and then you can give them or ask them certain questions where you will get to know whether your child have understood the certain topic or not, or he still or she still needs your assistance. Please do so. Change your teaching styles. Maybe those did not work for him or her. Now, after changing, after again looking, because most of the times what happens, एक ही खिचड़ी घर पे एक बच्चे ने तो खा ली लेकिन दूसरे बच्चे ने नहीं खाई, तो हम क्या करते हैं उसमें थोड़ा सा कुछ कुछ ऐड करते हैं. This is what you have to do in the class also. If you feel that your child has not understood the certain topic, what will you do? You will add more flair to it. You will add more essence to it, so that add more ingredients to it, so that your child learns it. Your child also comes to certain level of your class, so that you also are satisfied that I have taught this and my all my children are have understood this. This is very important. Now, students are so much bombarded with theoretical knowledge. They don't get time to have the experiential learning. And this experiential learning gives them a fresh air. I think no one of you can deny the effectiveness of experience when measured against theory when it comes to the teaching learning process. No one would of you will deny from it. Even if you will get certain, most of the times when we do our offline sessions and do few energizers or give some experiential learning or give them activities to do it, hands-on experience, each and every teacher enjoys it. So don't you feel that children will also enjoy that? As educators, we should envision more confident, competent, and happy individuals. And how will these happy individuals be there? When there will be lot of inquisitiveness, when there will be lot of experiential learning, when children are ready, when your classrooms are ready to face whatever challenges life may choose to throw their way. Ultimately, what our goals is, we want them to have the resilience to overcome all possible trails. We should never forget that learning gaps and consequent trials cropped up over a span of 2 years. In these 2 years, most of the time, your children, earlier we were teaching each and every, this is a keyboard, this is a space bar. In these 2 years, who taught them? Their own experience have taught them, and I'm sure whole life they are not going to forget anything. The new apps which you brought them into the classrooms, what happened? They all enjoyed it a lot. More than you, your children were comfortable. And I have faced that sometimes children said, ma'am, this is how you can go to the next room. This is how you can move to the next level. So they were helping us out. So give them opportunities, give them chance to explore more and more, give them open-ended questions. Plan your classes in such a way that children love to do all those stuff. When children will enjoy learning, happiness will be there. They will themselves learn how to come up with their own problems. Most of the times, what happens that children in our classes, they don't have problem solving attitude. They will come up with a problem because we have never told them that these are the problem solving, how to do how to solve their problem. They have never done.
Monica ma'am is facing certain internet issues, so this is the reason she left out the meeting. We will wait for her to join back. The PPT will be shared at the end. You all can take screenshots of the slides. We will spare some 5 minutes and then you all can take the screenshot of the slides.
I'm so sorry, I got disconnected, ma'am. Am I audible?
No problem. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So, um, so what we could do, we should plan our classes in such a way that all these needs are catered. What right education is actually, it is not to help you to find your careers. We just, parents also, we also, what we do is we tell our children that what are you going to become when you will grow? What is the thing which you are looking for? Parents unnecessarily will force them to become a doctor or an engineer. That is not a right education. It is to help us to find themselves. They should find out themselves. They should find out what the joy is. We are facing tremendous crisis these days with the politicians, which politicians also can never solve, nor the businessmen can solve. The turning point is not the politics and religion in the scientific world, it is our own consciousness. We should bring our children in such a way, we should give them such kind of values, we should give them so much in their classes so that children needs to be happy. If they don't get the seat to sit in front, they will come to the teacher, they will not solve their problems. If the pencil has broken, they will come to their teacher, they will not solve their problems. We have to create children who can solve their own problems rather than coming for small things to us. They should solve their problems on their own, which is very, very important.
Monica ma'am, you're on mute. Everyone, please attend this session. If you miss something, it's already live on YouTube. You all can rewatch it again and again as many as time you want. And the PPT will be shared at the end. Don't worry. Just listen to what Monica ma'am is speaking, and then you all can go through the PPT also. I think she got internet issues again. She can't unmute. Monica ma'am, you are on mute. Please unmute.
I'm so sorry, I'm facing network issues, and that is the reason I haven't rejoined, but I don't know why nothing was working on my mobile.
No problem.
Um, uh, I will be sharing my PPT with you, ma'am. Please share it with them. I'm so sorry that because of network issues, I can't share it, and there is no electricity which is that can support me. So I'm really facing so much of problem. Then, and now teacher and student connect. We are working upon pedagogies. Before all these things, I think that it's very important that as a teacher and as a student, there should be a connect with among both of us. It's very, very important. Um, how can we build connect with them? Any suggestions?
Till the time Monica ma'am is facing the network issues, I'm sharing the PPT on my screen. Please, everyone take screenshots of that.
Again, I got muted. So sorry. So how can we build connect with them? Um, Many of them said that through experiential experiences, through prior knowledge, comfortable to feel comfortable in the class, having bubble time with them, have giving them real life situations and examples, doing activities with them. Wonderful. This is how we connect. When we break down into activities rather than building a stereotype classes where teacher enters and says open page number so and so and start reading, rather than when we enter the classroom and we do certain activities, children automatically builds connect with us. They also had one-to-one sessions with their class teachers where they encouraged to share their concerns about their whatever they have learned in their classroom. As a class teacher, you can do that. That you ask them what is happening in your previous class or your maths class or your Hindi class. So class teacher also, if she builds up connection, then she also gets an idea and she can tell to their colleagues that this is how my child is doing the good work, or this is how a child can improve on it. So this is what we can do with our all these stuffs. Any questions which you have in your mind?
Monica, ma'am, can you give me 5 minutes? I'll just share the PPT and they can share this. They can take the screenshots.
Yes, please, ma'am. Please, I'll be so thankful to you if you do
Okay,
so.
1 second. Everyone, please take screenshots of slides I'm presenting. It's related to the topic. If you all are done taking screenshots, please let me know in the chat box by typing done so that I can move forward.
Ma'am, if you could stop here because the previous slide, ma'am.
This one.
Yes, how does pedagogy affect the learning process? Uh, I would like you all to answer me in the chat box. What do you think that how does pedagogy helps you? How will it affect? Effective learning, content-based learning.
Move
Kausalya
forward
says
as we have only
individual
15 minutes with us.
helps in developing deeper understanding of a topic, streamlines the teaching, makes learning long last. Yes, very important. Helps in manage time. Yes, we are well planned if we have pedagogy, and then just not only pedagogy will help you in planning, you have to make a lesson design accordingly. Your each objective should have different pedagogy, and your objective should have certain activities so that you meet your target. You see your outcome. That is also important. More retention by students, learning by time, manage time. Okay. Concept is clear. Yes. More student participation. Yes. When you this pedagogy will help you in more participation of students, more learning is happening, more happiness is there in the class, more satisfaction is there in the class. Yes, collaboration learning, better learning. Yes, thank you so much. I have got maximum points which the effect shows that if the pedagogies are there in the class, we have different strategies catering to each and every child's need. Definitely. The 5 major approaches. Please have inquiry-based learning in your class. Have thought-provoking questions in your class. Trigger their minds. Give them open-ended questions in the class to your children. See how much they are putting into brain. Sometimes it may happen, you may feel that child may not understand certain things, but you may feel that, oh, my child knows much beyond that. You take a simple topic in your class, for example, a water topic, if you will take in your class, and you will see how much they know about water. Please have diagnostic system in your classes. Before starting a chapter, have something in your class where you can diagnose how much your child knows, how much the child's previous learning is, and then start making your objectives, start preparing your lesson plans accordingly. Because if you start from the beginning, just I said when I did my body part, if I would have done this is your hand, these are your fingers, these are your ankle, if I would have done this, do you really think children would have enjoyed it? Children will never enjoy it. Every time we have to keep on adding a challenge into their learning. Unless and until there is a challenge, there will be a monotonous in the class. Children will never enjoy it. And children will start um, what they will do, they will not take interest, they will not enjoy, they will not enjoy to attend your class. If you will have online classes, most of the children will not attend, believe me, they will not attend. Have something where your children enjoy, there is learning. Learning can be given everywhere. You may move on to the next slide, ma'am. Isha, ma'am, are you there? This is all about, you may take note of this. Concept of teaching, which is very important for us. I was flipping through while I was doing my research on this, how to take this session for you. I got this and I thought it's too much related. Teaching is always directed towards a particular purpose, and that is learning. This is what our concept of teaching should be. Teaching is a process that provides opportunities. Please think, how many times do you give opportunities to your child? We don't give them opportunities, we just take tests and check how much they have understood. Ma'am, can we move on to the previous slide? So, so that they can bring some chapters for good by taking experience from their teachers. It's basically a process where a teacher can use the skills, knowledge, and experience to facilitate learning. We are teaching value education separately. We are doing certain things separately. Everything can be taught everywhere. Language can be taught in your drawing also. It's not that in your drawing class language cannot be taught. A child can draw certain thing and you can ask to just explain what his imagination is all about, what he has thought to draw. So everywhere everything can be done. Just we have to think over it. We have to design our lessons in such a way that children understands in a better way. Yes. Any questions anyone has, please feel free to ask.
If you all have any questions, please let us
Please ask.
know.
I'll try to answer. I'll definitely try to answer your questions. Isha ma'am, can you
Okay,
see
they
any
have no
questions?
questions as of now.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for giving me opportunity, and thank you teachers so much for being so patient, and thank you so much for understanding that I have some technical glitches. Still, I saw that everyone was there. I'm so grateful, so blessed having you all with me. Um, I hope I made some sense and this will help you out in your back in your classrooms. Anytime if you have any kind of query, you may contact me.
Okay, ma'am. No, we can't share the PPT with you all as it's our expert facilitator's property. Ma'am, there's a question. Yes, Kaushalya ma'am, do you have any question? Please unmute and ask.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thoroughly we enjoyed. One major question is there nowadays the students are not showing that much of interest in mathematics. Do you agree with the statement what I'm trying to say? Is there any other way of teaching except the activity-based learning? The activity-based learning, jumping, jappang, all these one we are doing wonders in. But the problem is they are not showing any interest in. If you are giving homework to the students, even the parents also convey the message during the PTM day that they are not having this interest. We are forcing the child to do the homework.
So can I get to know what kind of activities are you planning for your classes? Which class you are talking about and what kind of activities do you do?
See, here I started with integers if I'm talking about an integer topic. Generally, I won't teach them with, okay, plus and minus to be started with. A plus and minus is there. You have to subtract, you have to add these. I won't. I have to give some example with, I used to start a greater number sign. A song is to be played with in front of them. With a different note, the interest of the child, like the music band is there along, as if you said the same thing I generally used to do it. Greater number sign, like sign, add the numbers, like sign, add the numbers, unlike sign, subtract the number. These are the words which we are giving for the students. Those who are having interest, they are, but 60% of the students, they are not having that much of interest. The parents are given the concerns about, ma'am, we have to force a child to complete their homework. It is not only for a day. I used to say that, okay, if it is so, ek din ke liye chhod do, the next day we can take over on. Then they used to say that not only for a day, ma'am, it has happened, but throughout the year. So that type of, if they are senior, if you are talking about grade 9, 10, 11 and 12, even 11th also having kind of, but yes, they are very mature. They can do all these wonders because they are having the interest. Those students only opt for the mathematics way of work in grade 11th. But what about the junior? They are not showing interest. We are forcing. The parents also correct, na?
Parents are correct. Ma'am, the activity which you told me that you are doing music, like you are singing a song. So can you tell me here, whose role is dominant, yours or the students?
Both, because I used to give
when you were doing this greater and smaller number signs and you were singing a song to them, you were bringing music into the class. I just want to know that whose role was more dominant, yours or the students?
I used to give the lyrics to the students. They have to see, some of the students are very familiar with Punjabi slang, or some of the one who wants to be with Carnatic music based way of. So I used club both the one, and they enjoyed all these one. There is no doubt at all for enjoyment of this particular activity. But again, the parents, and even I felt I'm forcing the child to do that work. Activity they thoroughly enjoyed. If you're asking the question, they are willing to do that one. But they want to, if you are giving the work as a homework for 10 questions, 5 questions, minimum 5 questions is given to the child, and they are not having the interest to do this one, then we are forcing the child to do it.
So if you're forcing them to do, I'm sorry to say, but I think that child might have not understood the concept well. That is the reason child is not interested, because if you're talking about greater number and smaller numbers and still child is not doing it, so probably child have not understood the concept well. That could be one of the reasons that he or she might have not done. Or what you can do is, you can ask them to create their own questions on that. Give them chance, give them opportunity to create their questions and give it to their friends. probably when they will do these things in the classes, what will happen? Child will get the importance that I'm making a paper or I'm making few questions which I can get to my friend and let me check how much my my friend has understood. So maybe other way around if we go, then possibly child will get the interest.
Maybe, but I know 60% of students are good, but 40% of the students are
40% is the concern. They are not completing their work. If you say the concepts are clear to each and every child of your class, right? Those 40% students, do you say that the concept is clear or still you are struggling with the clarity of the concept? Are you struggling with the clarity of the concept or it is cleared, ma'am?
It is cleared, ma'am. It is well cleared, and they are. Okay. If you are giving the opportunity to do their work in the class on the board, they are eager to do that type of work.
That type of question
again arises out forcing.
It's no. So what you do, you don't force them. You just ask them to make their own
No. Even I used to give the example. What is yours date of birth? Minus, subtract, all these one of it is to be in a real life situation, which generally we used to have it all these one, but they are not only for a particular 5 question. If you're talking about, they are willing to do 5 questions which is on the board, not having interest to do at home. Practice is less.
At home they don't want to do their homework, then give them few like challenges. Those who will do it, I'll give them chance to check their friend's notebook. Maybe they will do it. That I'll get the opportunity to check my friend's notebook. You may write down the answers on the board, and then children will do the peer correction. That maybe that will solve your problem.
That's maybe. Let me finger cross with this one. So it is a
give them. Okay, I'll give you chance of doing correction of your friend's notebook or a book. Child will happily do that.
True,
so everyone has to do, and then we will do peer corrections, and then they will do. So you have to bring out certain strategies. You have to keep on changing your strategies. After the pandemic, when they have come back, there are students who are not ready to study. They are not ready to do pen and paper work because they were so into it, doing all those things on the keyboard, and which was quicker than writing it on the paper. So that could be the reason. So we have to change our strategy. That's it.
Okay. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Any other question?
Okay. We are done with the questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Monika ma'am. Please, everyone, fill up the feedback form.
And once again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this glitch.
Topic name is already mentioned in the chat box. I'm putting it again. Yes, here it is. It's not mentioned, and you have to mention it in the blank space then. The topic name. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Monika ma'am. Have a good evening ahead.
Thank you so much.